Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
Yo, what's up, guys? Chillin'. Just jumped in a trade. Looks like we're gonna go up here, but who knows how
Order
much.
filled.
So I just got home and I saw kind of a
Order
similar setup to
filled.
last night. A candle, big wick, kind of a rejection off that. I didn't buy right away because I wasn't home, but bought it, and yeah, now we're just gonna let it play out. I've bought it a couple times and sold some for profits. I currently have 3 contracts going long. Looks like this account is at 157, so it'd be pretty dope if I could get to 159, but we'll see. Then it'd be a past account. Hopefully it doesn't just roll over, but so far so good. Let's look at it at a different time frame. 15. This is a tick chart. So far so good. There's a little dip here.
Order
Actually gonna
filled.
add right there in that little dip.
Order submitted.
Try to take it off up here. So we'll see. That ad might not have been the smartest thing in the world, but alright, a little push up. So far so good. So that could have been a little bit of a rejection off VWAP maybe. Oh, never mind. We're not at VWAP. I'm looking at that wrong. We're not close. The SMA,
Order
there's a
filled.
simple moving average right there. You can't see it on this graph, but there is one there. But that ad just got taken off, so that was good. About 1,500 away from passing this account, so I need to be smart, but gotta take a little bit of risk because I want to pass it. You guys in any trades right now? Oh, nice. So it worked out, or it should have. So I'm still long. I just scalped within my trade long. Oh, nice. We're close. We need about the same. And QQQ calls. Cool. Just out of curiosity, what was the basis of getting into your trade? Patel? And where did you get in at? I know for me personally, this was not a perfect double bottom, but close, and ways away from a little ways away from VWAP, and I like this rejection candle. Actually, this one was nicer back here. That was a bigger wick. But I still liked it, and I didn't buy actually right away at the low. I wasn't here, so. But I figured it was still tradable. It wasn't. I felt like there's still plenty of room on the upside. Yeah, so I got early around 553. And we're consolidating going up. We ended up going down more and went up later than I thought. I should have waited. Yeah. Typical. It's not easy. Let me go look at QQQ for a second, just so I can look at your levels. You got in at 553. Oh. Yeah, so I mean 553 is not a bad entry. But I guess if you bought here, it maybe wasn't the right time to buy. It just ended up working out. Probably should have bought here, actually, at about 553. It just... You should have been bought when the momentum flipped to go green, so you didn't have to hold it red. Assuming that you bought it here and not over here. That's a 15-minute graph. Let me go on the 5. Yeah, so I like the 5. I think would I give a better entry. So yeah, I think at this candle, that's close. I don't know. This candle is indecisive. So the wick down, quite a bit up, tries to go back down. Doji candle. So this candle's very indecisive. So off this candle, it would have been nice to have maybe this candle or that candle. This one, I definitely told us that shorts might want to bring it down and longs might want to bring it up. We are not really sure. It's indecisive. But you could still go long. Just know if you broke the low, probably going to keep going down. So you could have gotten long there with a short stop and try to be a little aggressive on your entry. Otherwise, you could have waited more for the market to flip and wait for that candle to break. Upon that candle breaking, enter long and maybe have a stop down here just under. And you could have rode it all the way up. One around 130. Yeah, so ended up being a decent entry, just wrong time, especially for options. If you're in options, you have time decay. If you're trading a daily or something, you want to minimize your time decay. But let's go back to NQ. Oh, you're welcome. 900 away from passing this eval. And 3 contracts. We take. Next time we get a little pump up, I'm gonna take one off.
Order submitted.
So it's about to be 3 o'clock, so things could get spicy real quick. Bearish on the day, but that doesn't mean we don't recover. Still about
Order filled.
70 points roughly from VWAP, so even a return to not break out but just to get to VWAP is still a 70 point move, so there's still plenty of upward potential movement even if you want to say we're in a downward market. If I was to say we're bearish, I would like to probably see a reversal back to the downside from VWAP. And we don't have to get to VWAP. That's not what I'm trying to say. But there's that's a good target for longs, is around VWAP. That is right around 22,998. 990s just to play it safe, I would say. Right, I'm a couple hundred away from passing this, so let me get ready to take another one off.
Order submitted.
Up there. And of course it went down, and I actually saw my account flash 159, which means I could have clicked cancel all real quick and probably locked it in, but it's all good. I think we're gonna get there. Make a little extra, even though we don't have to make over 159. We're going to. Close, just need a little push. With this 40s. 40s acting as a resistance right now. Oh, it looks pretty bullish. I forgot
Order
the
filled.
momentum. Alright, we just got through it.
Order filled.
Cancel all. And 159.079, so that Tradeify account is passed. You think you should pass, or you think you should stop on this account? I might. Thanks, man. I I think I should stop on this account. I might mess it up. Need 700 to pass. Well, maybe instead of completely stopping, you could just size down. So, I don't know what you're in. Thank you. Thank you. Worked well. But, I mean, simple trade. You know, we had a nice... Let me go to my other graph. So that's one thing I've noticed in my own trading sometimes. Sometimes we trade more for the sake of trading and less based off a legitimate setup. And here, we have a nice trend line going up. I would say it's safer to get into it down here based off of there's more upward potential. The higher up in this trade we get, especially in a day or a couple of days where we've been bearish in nature, we might not get a huge bullish move, but still got a huge tons of points. Let's say 22,800. That's a little over 22,800, 810, 820 in this area. You could have justified easily getting in the trade, and we just got to 22,940. So that's 140 points. That's a lot. So for people who want to say you can only go in a bullish trade when the market's bullish, is quite frankly bullshit. You just have to look for a good setup. The market's not going to go in one direction. So if you're not good at trading short, you don't have to look for a short opportunity in a bear market. Just understand it might be hard at times. Take the stop. And we might go all the way back down now. It might have been the perfect time for me to get out. I don't know. But I still don't know if we really triggered a get out. It could have been. Just because we broke this the first time we broke the trend line doesn't mean get out. To me it doesn't. It can if that's how you trade and that's what works for you. But you just need to be careful because you have to understand this is a 5-minute graph where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7, depending how you want to count them, bars up. So over 30 minutes green. We might be due for a pullback candle. So I don't, that's why you can have stops of down here. And if you were to enter this trade, hopefully you took more than one contract, and hopefully you took at least one off, so you locked in some profit, and you can now move stop loss to break even. And you guaranteed yourself profit on the trade. Or if you just like to, keep your stop loss where it is, that's on you. I would say at this point I would probably want my stop to be break even. But if I got in the trade on this candle towards the top, I maybe don't want my stop to be break even because I got in this trade late for the basis of it coming to here. If I was to get into the trade here, my basis of the trade, might have been to target VWAP, but realistically I was probably happy getting in this area. 22,835, but close too early. It's still like 35 to 58, 25 points roughly. It's pretty good. I mean, on a mini, that's pretty good. On a micro, I guess it's not a lot, but depends how many micros you had, if they were micros. and it's Friday, so that's another thing to keep in mind. It's Friday, and it's about to be power hour, so yeah. And that's one hard thing too. When you make $1,000 or whatever in a minute, sometimes it is like, okay, I just made $1,000. Let me just close all. Two minis. So maybe next time, if you were in the same thing, close one and go from there. So this chart doesn't have everything on it, so don't. This chart's wrong. Yeah, at least lock something in. But if you still think the trade could potentially keep running, yeah, lock profits in. It's always smart. But sometimes it's smart too to leave the runner on, because that runner could make you a killing. Especially if there's not a clear sign or any real like we broke structure or anything yet. Like say you entered down here. You said entered at 22,835. Yeah, so I mean that's not a horrible entry, but yeah, it's actually pretty good. That's actually a pretty good entry. Maybe at like, well, there was no really reason to sell, in my opinion, until we broke this trend line at maybe 22,905 or something. So you could have held it a lot longer. And yeah, you would have been like up and down, of course, but like you would have been like supporting the trend line the whole way up. And then the second we broke trend line, you could have at least maybe sold one or both, depending on how much risk you want to take. But yeah, you could have let it run a lot more. There was no real reason to sell. You could have been just taking your stop and just gradually bringing it up under the trend line. Yeah, you're good though. I mean, you're practicing, you're working on it. Made money, so that's always a good thing. And it can be hard because you could have a candle like this, and it can rocket right to VWAP in the next candle or two. And I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not betting on that either. But markets can be crazy and irrational. Friday, power hour starts in 5 minutes. And I'm not sure if I like this. If we get down to that same level, I'm not sure I like it, to be honest. I mean, it's not horrible, depending if I got a nice reaction candle again, I guess. It'd be like a kind of like a triple bottom or something like that, but which isn't horrible. But I don't think I would just buy the level. I think I would wait for a reversing candle, because we could just flush if we get to that level again. It's either going to be a support or resistance, and we've already hit the level twice now, so it can flush. The third could be really good support to help us move in a positive direction, but if that doesn't happen, we're flushing. And if you are crazy enough just to buy the level, I would say micros, not minis. And this is what I was talking about. It almost looks like we might go right back up. I'm looking on the 1 minute chart, so let me pull over to that, because I know you said you like to trade off the 1 minute. and it'll be interesting. On a 1 minute, for imagine it's now retraced halfway back, but it was all the way here. It did 1, 2, 3, 4 bars to the left of it. It topped it. I don't know, and now it doesn't look very good. If you were trading off a 1 minute graph, I could see a lot of people entering that trade to the long side, and now they're about to get probably faked out. Trading off the 1 minute graph can be really tricky, and it might go up. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I would say this is interesting, and now we need to start looking at another time frame, or we need to be a little more patient. Because it might reverse here, but also could chop around and ultimately just go down. Right, yeah, it's just really fast, and it appears bigger than it is. So we actually just we're about to break, it looks like now. Let me go back to the 1 minute. So the market is trying to trick people, and that's fine, but we need to figure out how the market is trying to trick us and try to not fall for it, because most people, they would have got into that, they either would have just got stopped out because they would have said, oh, this is the bottom, this is a reverse, so you would have just got stopped out. And it could end up being a good trade still, but probably would have meant you held on to it unnecessarily and took extra risk. Scalp that dropped down, 500 pass, nice. Yeah, I don't know what I would do right now. Probably wait. You could get aggressive and do something either direction. I don't really say we have a huge bias right now either direction. I would just say size down if you do something, and probably just a scalp. I mean, at this point, I don't have a huge conviction that we're going either way. Maybe I'm slightly more bullish just because double bottom, essentially, come up, come down, find some support, and then break out. I could see something like that happening, but it doesn't have to happen. Trying to buy here. Yeah, I mean, now that a few more ticks have happened, let's go to a different time frame and look at it. So it's starting to look better. The candle won't close for another minute, but I don't hate it as much as long as this candle holds. I think it could be good. Hey, thanks, man. How's your trading been today, Tiger? Let's go to, no, not that. 3 minute. I want a 3 minute. I want something in between a 1 and a 5. So yeah, the 3 minute is kind of still indecisive. A doji, almost kind of like we're in the middle. So I would say the next candle in either way direction would be the candle I would like to bet on. Oof, sorry man, that sucks losing accounts. You've been trading most of the day? I worked most of the day, so I just passed my other my Tradeify account live maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes ago or something. So I was trading, but that's the only account that I needed to trade still today, so I don't know if I'll be trading anything else. Ooh, give me 1 second. I have a Top Step account I can try to trade. I don't know if I really want to. I have to wait for a setup, but I need to hide you guys, hide my screen for a second. Just because there's not much drawdown left, so there's a good chance, even on a good trade, it gets chopped up and I lose it, which is fine. Hey, thanks, man. Well, have a good weekend. Just give me 1 second. I'm getting my Top Step account going, and I don't want all this account numbers and stuff out there. All right. Now that I got this loaded, I feel like I need to be in a trade, but I probably should just wait. Yeah, I don't know. Oop. It's just hard to say what to do with these last two candles. Just turned 3. There's 1 minute graph. We got Chop City essentially. Don't you know? I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and put one
Order
on
filled.
and put a stop.
Order submitted.
So we'll see. I didn't put a lot of room on this trade because I feel like if we do break it that level, we're just gonna go down, and I might as well just not take a huge loss on it. So try to scalp this up. And honestly, I'm not looking to make a lot on this one. It would be nice to get this account in a better place with a little bit more drawdown. So.
Order submitted.
Oh shoot. I didn't put a stop on. This is a different account.
Order cancelled. 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . 。 . . . . . . . 。 Order cancelled.
go? That was bad.
Order submitted.
There we go. That could have been really bad. Oh well. And I don't want to lose money on this, so I'm going to put the stop up above where I get it. And this is not the account where I have a lot of room to lose money, so... See if I can't build it back slowly with some smart trades.
Order filled.
And there's probably no reason to get out of that trade. I'm just gonna say there's no reason. There's resistance up here. It was kind of a little bit of a rushed trade. I just said I'm not gonna risk it. Get out.
Order cancelled.
So now that account's just under 1,000, so I mean, workable. Before it was like 500, 200 to pass. Nice. You still long, or did you get out? Got out, yeah. I think it's bullish actually, but nice. So you just need 10. You just need a 10-point move to pass, right? 1 mini. Yeah, 10 points. $8.95.
Order submitted.
So I put a buy stop limit market order, so if I well, it looks like we're curling down anyway, so my thought was if it got there it breaks out.
Order cancelled.
But it looks like, well, we're still not completely bearish, but there's a good chance we reject it. Or not, I don't know.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Let me just leave it. We'll see what happens. I probably shouldn't add 3, but I did.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
So if that happens, basis of this will be, if it breaks out, we go up, buy 3, 2 contracts above it to sell. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. But I think if we get to that level, we push a little bit, and I just have it, the trade basically set to buy 3 and then hopefully sell shortly thereafter if it does what I expect it to do. And that's in a bullish perspective. I'm not saying it's bullish. I just think it will be bullish if we get there. And that's basically buy 3 and take 2 off relatively quickly, just because I don't want to have too much risk. You guys have any plays in mind that you're waiting for something to happen, a certain price level or anything? I think one of the biggest things somebody might say with this trade is like, well, if you think it's going to go long, why don't you just buy now and take those extra 20 points or whatever it is? Well, I don't know. We're in no man's land right now. We could go up or down, but it's 3 o'clock, 3:10 on Friday. If we break out, we could push super fast, and that's kind of the play I have set up. We break out, I sell a couple for some instant profit, and go from there. Have a runner that I can decide what I want to do with. But right now, it's not looking like it's going to hit, and that's fine. I could even do the same thing in reverse. I just don't want to. But it would be smart. I could do the same thing. If we break this level here, sell market 3, buy back, runner down. That would be just as valid of a trade. Nice, man. Was that, what type of account was that? Like Top Step, 150K, what was... ETF? What does that stand for? Oh. I don't know if I heard of them. There are so many these days. What made you choose them over, like, some of the bigger names? Cheaper? That's fair. My thing is personally, obviously we all want to save money, but I want to be positive that when I spend my hard-earned money on an eval and pass it, and then make money in the whatever they call their funded account, that it's actually means something. They're actually going to pay me. And I'm not saying these people won't. I don't know this company. But that's one thing I look at as well. Like Apex, for example, they can be one of the cheapest ones to buy. The back end, they have high funding fees, and then secondly, they have rumors and people say they have to make videos to get payouts, and they get denied, and Um, I don't know how honest they are being. Maybe they're being honest. Maybe people aren't following the rules. Maybe the rules are hard. I don't know, but it's just not a company at this time I want to spend my money on. Personally. Yeah. Oh, straight to funded are expensive, so I wouldn't be buying those. Um, I mean, unless you're like really good, like I don't know if I'd be buying straight to funded because yeah, um that's expensive, especially the 150K. Like, and I realize it's like 30% off, but that's 720. Like, ooh. 729 times 0.35 minus that plus 720. It's $480 almost. Like, that's a lot. I know the growth is not cheap either, but 339, 30% off, so like 200. 220 maybe 210. You could buy almost 3 of these. Well, you can buy 2 of these, and if one of them works, I don't know. I guess it's about right. I don't know. I'd be careful buying them. That's all I'm saying. I'm not a huge fan of their advanced. They sound cheap, and they kind of are cheap, but you're gonna probably get it for $100 after the 30% off. But you still have activation fee of $125. So if you pass it the first go around, you're at about the same price of the growth anyways, because the growth has no activation fee. So growth is where I think is probably the best way to go with Tradeify personally. That's just my opinion though. And I also believe the consistency rules are better when you pass from the growth or advanced. It's like 20% when you go to Lightning funded. I don't think it's 20%. Oh, my trade's about to fill, so let's go pay attention. I don't like how we're getting close to this and we're like pulling back, but I'm still going to just leave this on and see what happens because I think it's valid. My analysis, it is one of those things where I could get top ticked and get fucked, but so far I think it's working. Okay, down to 2, and you saw that wasn't very many points, but for a trade to just play out and just work that quickly and easily, like to get 3 points just like in a matter of seconds, not bad. Yeah. Not a huge fan of how it kind of rejecting. There is that simple moving average right there, so eek. And that's kind of what it looked like it might have pulled back on, so
order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
Oop, that was dumb. I'm gonna lose this account.
Order canceled.
Yep. I should have never entered. The extra contract, that was dumb, and probably should have made a stop loss too. But oh well. That account was kind of hard to pass at this point anyways. I didn't have much drawdown to start the day. Didn't help that I did a stupid trade either, but always next month. Yeah, it was down a lot, so there wasn't much drawdown room. There was only like 500 at the start of the day, maybe 800 after that first trade, so there just wasn't much drawdown in it. So it's alright. Probably you can't see it on this chart, but there's a SMA at 22,900, and it pretty much got right to that. So maybe if I did a better job looking at, not that I use the SMA to make my trade decisions, but just knowing where things are and stuff sometimes can be useful. Right back up probably here. Looks like we're rejecting off the low right now and going up. And that's why I added, but unfortunately I had too much size and just too much risk and not enough drawdown. But that's a nice looking candle. Obviously we haven't broke the previous candle, but that's a nice looking candle. So if this breaks out here, that looks pretty nice. Yeah, right? So I mean it's got to break this still, but that's a pretty nice looking run right there. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, Tiger was saying they're like just easy money for the prop firms. I don't know. I feel like any account size that gets larger in theory should be easier as long as you're patient. Because you could trade a 250k the same as a 150k. It's just going to take longer to pass. But you have more... You have more wiggle room as far as like at first you have more drawdown. So if you trade it like a 150k and you can pass a 150k, I don't know why you can't pass a 250k. Yeah, it's 2,000 more. It's not exactly equal, but it's still 2,000 more. So if you can pass a 150k and you can normally pass a 150k, I feel like a 250k should be easier. It's just going to take longer because you shouldn't. I don't think you should trade. You should change your style of trading all that much, and your risks and your sizing that much between a 150 and a 250. I don't think you should be taking double, or even maybe in theory you should be taking a little bit more, but I would personally probably try to take the sizing about the same, and I think you would have a fair chance of passing. You're just gonna have to be patient. If it was 15,000 target on end of day drawdown, okay, yeah, that sounds hard, because end of day is hard already, and having to do it for that long, that sounds challenging. But if it's a static account, 250, I think it's more of a mind thing. People are probably trying to oversize to get the account passed, and they're not giving you that much more drawdown, so you can't do that. Ugh, yeah, trailing sucks, man. I don't like trailing. I mean, I can do it, and I've passed. I mean, it's doable, but yeah, no, thank you. That's another level of complexity in those accounts where not only do you have to be right, you have to sell at the exact point, or you let things run and they go up to 2,000 and they come back, say 700 back, and it's a 1,300 trade. You're down in your account 700 even though you're up 1,300. Doesn't make a lot of sense. And I think having to try to get in and out and like average and do all that to try to keep your trailing drawdown acceptable in an acceptable position is going to be hard and challenging, and quite frankly just not realistic. No, I don't think it's fair for them to expect us to know when the market's gonna pivot at the exact point. So then you're basically taking setups and you let them hit your price targets, and that's about it, because anything else you're gonna be getting a drawdown involved, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's crazy. And especially if you're, you pretty much always gotta have a stop loss and a price target on your map, because especially in like the Asia market, but really in any, if you get a random spike of something and you didn't capitalize on that, you can lose an account, because it's not unheard of for the market to go up and down like 100, 200 points in a second, or a few seconds. I mean, it sucks, but that's how the market works. And if it goes in your direction and then reverses right back, well, you lose. Yep, one tweet. I mean, same like this. If you were short from the 80s, it just went down to the 40s, and if you didn't like have anything set to take anything off the table, you could be down a lot of money on your trailing drawdown right now, like just from getting in here and it going down there and not taking anything off. That's 40 points, and if you had 3 contracts, that's a lot of money. So I think this is good. I mean, we could be at a good spot for the market to try to start recovering. You look at the daily chart. A lot of support right here. And we wicked it. Is that on Apex or who is a 100k static for 625 and 2k target? That's Apex, right? Yeah. I think it's kind of weird. I don't. That doesn't sound like a 100k account personally. That sounds like a 50k account, and they're just trying to charge you for a 100k account because price target at 2k. I don't know a 100k account that has a price target at 2k. And 625 drawdowns like nothing. Like you'd have to trade micros because mini you'll blow up. Even one mini, you're probably gonna blow up. To me, it doesn't sound like a 100k account. I would not probably buy it. I wouldn't be thrilled to buy that account. No. Tradeify, Top Step, My Funded Futures, and Take Profit Trader. Which I would say they're all some of the bigger players. Tradeify's newer, but they're decent sized at this point. So, and there's other firms that are fine. I think those are some of the bigger players that are good and somewhat competitive. Take Profit Trader is probably my number one. I think they're affordable. They offer a lot of accounts if you can get there. Yeah, they're good. Top Step, I mean, they're pricing's no real coupons or anything either. Tradeify's decent. My Funded Futures is good. Just kind of depends on like lots of different options now. They have a lot of different types of accounts, so I think they're good. Pricing's good. No activation fee, which is nice. But they actually have an account that works for you based on sizing and whatnot. Everyone doesn't need the same account, so. Those would be the places I would tell people to look if they were trying to get into it. Probably say those, and I would probably say to look for an account that is end of day, not intraday. I don't think there's any reason to try to pass intraday accounts until you can pass the end of day drawdown, because if you can't even pass the end of day drawdown, how are you going to pass the intraday drawdown? Oh, tired. I mean, I guess you just have to ask yourself. Yeah, they're cheap because they're cheap, quite frankly, because they're trailing. But what's your success rate with them? Do you normally pass them? Because if you don't, what's the point of having a lot of accounts that are cheap that you can't pass? It'd be better to have less accounts that cost more expensive that you can actually pass. That would be my one question. If you're passing them, then it's fine, I guess. But if you're not, I wouldn't. think it's a good value. Yeah, well, I guess you just have to ask yourself, would you have still blown those accounts if they were end of day? And if so, then maybe you can stay intraday, and that's fine. I don't want to do doing all intraday stuff personally. I mean, I'll do it sometimes, but don't want to. Well, at least you saved money on having those accounts that way, but it is almost 3:40. I don't have any accounts I want to trade at this point of the day, and I have not eaten lunch, so I think we're gonna log off, eat some lunch. You passed your account, so it sounds like you're probably done, but if you keep trading, trade smart, and good luck. Thank you, likewise.